So after I moved from France to the Silicon Valley, I joined a first startup which was called Aerial Imaging, which was opened by a few friends of mine. We raised $4 million to develop a technology. That was in 1998. That was the first try of the DVD technology. At that time, it was very new. And at that time, nobody really knew how to read well a DVD with backward compatibility to the CD. So we were actually working on a special lens in the optical pickup unit that would actually read the DVD with a red laser and have backward compatibility to the CD with infrared lasers. So DVD has a 600 micron overcoat, and the CD has a 1.2 millimeter overcoat, so very different media but the same lens. Many other companies were involved in this, and the company that actually won was Panasonic, Matsushita. When they came out with the same technology as us, but a few months before, and patented their technology. It was a hybrid lens. Then after that, I joined another company, Tsunami Optics, and we surfed the telecom wave. As everybody in that time, 2000, 2001, there was a bubble. It was called the optical bubble. That was just after the internet bubble, which burst out in 2001. Telecom bubble, the optical telecom bubble was fueled by the need of tremendous bandwidth, but actually we produced too much bandwidth at that time, and the operators couldn't really fill that amazing available bandwidth, which was based on DWDM, dense wavelength division multiplexing in optical fibers, for example 128 colors in a single fiber. This also created the largest collapse in the history of corporate America, and not a lot of people know this. The company was called JDSU, and they were surfing the optical telecom wave, and in 2003, when the optical telecom wave, or the optical telecom balloon burst, these guys lost $50 billion overnight, and you can actually see the stock chart of JDSU, which is actually a direct function. It goes up like this and goes down like this. So that was interesting. That was the optical telecom bubble. Then and at that time also we opened another company which was called Digilens. We raised, I think, $85 million in order to develop a switchable optical technology that was aimed at equalizing the spectral gain of EDFA amplifiers, erbium doped fiber amplifiers, for very long haul networks. That was very interesting. It was based on switchable holographic material. Of course, that optical telecom bubble burst. After that, we focused on other technologies, display, sensors, and in the meantime, we opened a few other companies, a few other startups. A few of them were successful, and most of them were not successful. There's actually a ratio of 9 to 10, which is usually the norm in the Silicon Valley. So for 10 startups, usually 9 are not successful, and 1 is successful. And this is enough to make the investors happy, because that one startup has more than a 10x gain, which makes the investment actually profitable. And more recently, I kind of stopped with the startup game and joined a more established company, which was actually also a startup, created in 1998, called Google. And I joined Google in end of 2011. and more specifically Google X Labs, in which company I'm still working with today.